Hi, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll show you how to create 3 amazing Victorian-inspired DIYs using Dollar Tree items. Don't forget that next week I have another amazing video, so make sure to subscribe. Well, now that has been said, let's get started. For the first project, you will need 4 of these metal trays. In this project, we will create a very unique flower vase. First, you want to gather all 4 trays, and you want to keep them standing in a cube shape. Make sure to add something inside so it has a point of support. Once the cube shape is in place, you can now start gluing it together. I will link this glue down below. It is very strong, however, it doesn't curate very quickly, so I also mix it with Gorilla Glue that I got at Dollar Tree. You just want to add glue to all the sides, and you want to glue all 4 trays together. Once the glue is in place, I suggest you add some sort of weight to each side so it helps curate even better. While that is drying, I want to present to you the next step. This is completely optional, but it's such a great compliment for this vase that I couldn't leave it behind. Basically what I did, I went to my patio and I selected a couple of branches. I also mixed water and bleach and cleaned them before bringing them home. Next, you want to cut even smaller branches, and you want to keep an eye for the ones that have a more organic flow and that you feel would suit the vase. Once you have all your branches cut, you want to add your vase cover, and you want to add a smaller vase inside so the branches have a place to position themselves. And you want to make sure that they kind of like flow outwards. That's a beautiful look. After I just complemented the branches with a couple of flowers, and I just wrapped the wires around the branches to keep them in place. Once everything was done, these are the final results. I absolutely love how this turned out. I am actually keeping this DIY for my house. And if you are a fan of interior design, you know that it's a common way of decorating with branches. The problem is that it's hard to find a vase that accommodates them properly, and this is the perfect fit. So if you're going for that type of look, I highly suggest this DIY 100%. For the next project, you'll need one of these flower vases. In my personal opinion, this shape is the perfect one for this specific project. You'll also need candles. Now, if you're a long-time subscriber, you know that I use a lot of candles, so I have a lot to recycle. And what I did was to cut them. After, you want to fill in a pan with water, and you want to put it on high heat. And you want to place the small pieces of wax inside the vase to melt it. In this time lapse, it took approximately 5 minutes to melt this amount of wax. It is a little bit time consuming, but on the upside, you are recycling something that would go to waste otherwise. While the wax is melting, I selected a pack of these lilac candles from Dollar Tree. And the reason why I selected them is because I wanted to add more color to my candle. What I did was to cut it as well. Even though it's small, you will still need to cut it even smaller. And I personally just added 1 lilac candle for the entire vase because I wanted a more diluted and subtle color. But if you want it stronger, you can add more. Just add it and let it fully dissolve. Next, you'll need tapper candles, and the reason that you need them is because they're the only ones that have a long enough string for this vase. So the first thing that you want to do is to crack the wax. You don't want to cut it, you just want to crack it. And then you want to pull the wax away from the string. And in this process, you are basically killing 2 birds with 1 stone because you will use the wax to increase the volume of your candle, and at the same time, you're getting the string that you need to turn it on. So once the string is fully detached from all the wax, you want to first melt the wax, You want to turn off the heat, and then you want to tie the string to a pencil or a pen, and you want to place it right on the middle. It took around 8 hours for it to fully be dry, but in the first hour you can already work with it. Next, you want to use either a sponge or a toothbrush to clean off the wax drippings that solidified on the glass portions. You want to scrub it outside and inside, and then you can use a paper towel to wipe it clean. Once the candle is created, we can now focus on the base of the candle. I selected this dessert glass on the kitchen section of Dollar Tree, and the first thing that I did was to spray paint it with this beautiful champagne color. I will link it down below in case you're interested. Next, you want to turn it upside down, and this step is optional, but I decided to add crystals to mine. I will leave a couple of links of suggestions that I have down below in case you're interested. But basically what you want to do is add a little bit of hot glue to the crystal and hold it in place until it's dry. I ended up using 4. After, you just want to add glue to the top of the base and place your candle. Once that is done, just turn your candle on, and these are the final results. This is another project that I'm 100% keeping for my house. And personally, I think that if you create 2 of them and you place them besides your bedside tables, it would look absolutely beautiful. This next project was the one that I was most excited for my home. I selected this gray pillow cover that they carry, and if you want the exact measurements that I use, you can pause the video right now and write it down. But basically what you want to do is to create 4 markings on each side that are completely symmetrical to one another to create a shoelace design on the front of the pillow. Once everything is marked, we can create the holes. I did so by using an X-Acto knife, and I pierced through only the front layer of the pillow cover. Now, this specific fabric is made with a specific thread that the only way of curating it is with heat. So if you're a minor, you cannot do this step by yourself. You need the help of an adult. And if you're a grown-up, I am taking extra time on this video showing you exactly how I did this. As you can notice, I ever so slightly touched the fabric, and this fabric is very maneuverable, so with any amount of heat, it instantly seals itself. Once all the holes are created, we can now begin the lacing process. I selected this beautiful gray ribbon from Dollar Tree, and the first thing that you'll have to do is to also seal the ends. This will make the lacing process much easier. Now, to create that beautiful corset design that we're going for, there is a rule of thumb, and that is always the end of the lace should be outside of the pillow, or else the X that you create will be on the inside and it will not be visible. The only way of doing this is every time that you use a hole, instead of going to the down hole, you want to cross the lace on the same hole that you use. That way the lace will end up outside of the pillow and not on the inside. Once the end of the lace is outside, you can now create the next X. When you create that X, you'll notice that the end of the lace is inside. So you'll have to cross it, place it outside, and then you can create the next X. After that's done, the only thing left to do is to add your pillow. I suggest you turn the cover upside down so the pillow doesn't get tangled with the lace that is staying inside. Once that's done, just fluff it up, and these are the final results. I absolutely love how this turned out. I've never seen anything done like it before, and if you watch my dining room transformation, you know that I made a similar design on my dining room chairs. So I am definitely making more of these pillows. And with this, we conclude this video. Really quick, don't forget to subscribe to my sister and my bunny's channel. I will leave these links down below. Also visit my online boutique, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram to stay in touch. Well, now that has been said, once again, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. I wish you a very blessed week. May God bless you, and goodbye.